So the first question is, what are your current projects? So we are doing on our community arts program. We do 4 nights a week. So Monday night is dance. We have Evolution Dance Warriors. So the Evolution Warriors crew is ages, I think it's from 4 to 16 across a wide range of dances, and it's a fun class. It's really good fun actually. They do loads of amazing things, and they're working towards Pandora's Hope. And then we have Detonation Warriors as well, and Detonation Warriors, our main cast, also rehearse on Thursday nights in youth theatre too. So what Evolution and Detonation are working towards at the moment is a production called Pandora's Hope, which is a theme on Greek mythology. So it's an awesome theme. It's really visual and the kids absolutely love it, and they're learning lots of about Greek mythology, about the gods and the goddesses, and we've got Zeus in there, and it's about the story of Pandora, but done kind of after all of the events. It's a wonderful storytelling, and that's going to be staged at the Kirkleatham Wall Gardens. We're still waiting on a confirmation of the date, but it'll be in July or possibly September, depending on availability. And we're doing immersive theatre for this, so it's going to be an incredible venue to hold the performance at, because we're able to use the wall gardens and have some street theatre. So the idea is the audience will walk through the gardens, and you will see some human statues from Medusa's garden where she turns people to stone. Then we're going to another part of the garden where there's going to be some circus and various bits and pieces. And then you will go into the main part, which is a gorgeous space. It will be quite classy, and it'll be nice to give the kids something different. And it'll be sat with cabaret tables in a round with the performance. So the immersive side is you'll feel like you're inside the performance with the young people performing. So very excited for that. The next project is High School Musical, which is our musical theatre class on a Tuesday evening. High School Musical is a licensed production rather than one that we've written ourselves. And that's going to be staged at Saltburn Theatre on the 3rd and the 4th, I believe, of May. So that's an exciting one, and they've worked very hard for that. And there's still spaces in all of these classes up until February half term. So if you have a young person that you think really wants to kind of embrace their creativity and come and join us, now's the time to join. Fashion is something we teach as well. We're not like a profit-making dance school where we'll say, right, well, this is how much costumes are, and you have to pay for that. What we're doing is we're doing a 2-day workshop where all of the performers will learn how to make their own costumes and customize their own costumes with sewing machines, and learn about all of the kind of the production side of costume making, and also theatrical hair and makeup. And they have a photo shoot. We do this just at cost, and staff work is voluntary. So again, we try to keep the cost as low as possible. But to put on a production, obviously we do need costumes, so we're trying to think outside the box and make sure it's an educational learning journey. And they have a great time because they design it, and we show them how to make it, and we make sure it fits all the practicality side of it. Every performer will get a pair of dance shoes that they get to wear as well. So that is February half term, along with a one-off project we're doing February half term, which is our Wicked workshop. Wicked is a musical that is very close to my own heart because of the morals attached to it. And so during that, again, we're going a little bit immersive theatre because you'll get to meet the characters we'll be teaching you. So you'll have Glinda and Elphaba and the Wizard, and all the characters will be there to teach that workshop. So that's £20 as well for that workshop. So again, that's for 6 hours. So if you think about it, we do offer value for money as best we can, but at the same time, we do have overhead, so we can't do everything for free all the time. And we have Creative Kitchen is next. Creative Kitchen starts tomorrow, and that's a cooking class where you can come as a family if you wish to and learn all the cooking. And we have been successful on an Eat Well, Live Well bid, which means that will be launching soon, where we have 4 groups of families who can come together and we teach you how to cook some meals on a budget. Food is very important. Very important. We have a lot of food insecurity in Redcar in Cleveland. So doing these classes, it's ideal for anyone wanting to maybe try out new things, learn about dietary requirements as well. We cater to all dietary requirements. And it's just a great fun class, fantastic fun class. Bit messy, but we learn how to tidy up as well. Hyped is also a brand new project funded by the Community Fund from the lottery. Being a trained therapist in creative therapy, having that therapy side, these sessions are led by me and my team, and we are going to be looking at life in general and looking at empowerment. And Hyped means helping young people empower diversity. It's something that we came up with many years ago, and it's about helping them find their direction in life and working through any challenges, but by giving them the empowerment to come to the conclusion themselves. So we're not there to fix problems, we're there to literally just support. And again, it's holistic. So there will be one-off family times that everyone can come in together. So it's things such, it's not a performing arts class. It's not about performing, it's about the journey that we go through, and it's using different forms of artistry in order to express yourselves. It's also very confidential. There will be moments where you can have one-to-one sessions, anyone who's struggling. So that is an application process. So what we're going to do is hold an open evening tomorrow. I'm going to be there. Anyone can come see me, actually. Come down to the Imaginarium on Wednesday the 5th from 6 till 7:30. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to hold it as an open event where anyone can come down and see what we're up to and talk about Hyped, and I'll explain the things we do. We do things such as sand play, music, we do look at meditation, we look at breathing, and it's about us. It's about you as a person and as a young person and what's going on for you in that moment in time. It's not about going over past trauma or anything like that. It's about moving forward. It's about what skills and coping things and strategies can we put in place to strive you forward towards your vision for your life. And if you don't have a vision for your life, it's them starting conversations. What are you passionate about? What do you want to do? And working through in a supported, safe environment is extremely important. We are a safe environment. We are there to help everybody. So that's our projects so far. Okay, the next question I have got is, what's happening with funding? Take a breath. So being a non-profit organisation since COVID, we were self-sustaining before that, COVID kind of led us down the path of needing grants and offer as much as we can for free. But what's happened as a result of that is our community now has an expectation that the Imaginarium can offer everything for free, which we just cannot do. We are a not-for-profit, but we still have a building that costs £2,500 a month. We still have certain members of staff work for the Imaginarium, but certain are voluntary as well. So there is staff to pay for, and there's all licensing. And so the cost of running the Imaginarium, you'd be shocked at how much it actually costs to keep the building going. We've also had a bit of a shock to the system that the landlord's actually going to be selling the property that we're in. So we are looking at redeveloping, and we're looking at other spaces as well, because it has come to light that when's Redcar had its own theatre space that's youth-led? I don't think it ever has. We've got exciting things on the table right now. We are working behind the scenes very, very hard with different funders. I've just reached out to Arts Council for the first time. Arts Council isn't my first fund that I go to because I want to be loyal to my creatives, and we can get funding from lots of sources. So my idea is leave Arts Council until we need it, because I like Arts Council to fund my fellow creatives. It's kind of a loyalty thing as a creative. But we are reaching out. There's exciting things happening in terms of funding. The Holiday Activity Fund is what we were waiting for, to see if the government were going to continue to fund the Holiday Activity Fund. And we have had the good news, they're extending it for 1 year. So as much as that is good news, we don't know how much funding is going to be allocated. So the boot camps at the moment are still hanging in the balance. We still have big question marks over that, but we're really pleased the government have noticed the impact and how vital, and I cannot stress enough how vital our school holiday provision is for the boot camps, because it is. Every child gets a free meal. It helps with childcare situations for parents, and they learn so much. And also a safeguarding point of view, we're there to support a lot of neurodiverse children. My little boy in particular struggles out of routine. Having these boot camps really helps neurodiverse children stay in a routine, and we learn in a really fun way, and it builds community spirit. So as far as we're aware, the Holiday Activity Fund will be continuing for one more year, but after that is a big question mark. So what we're going to do during that year is look at other ways that we can become self-sustaining, so that if the Holiday Activity Fund does come to an end, it's not facing closure. We have been facing closure. That is the reality of it. And if I'm giving an honest post, that's why I went on the sick for 3 months, because it really took its toll on my mental health in terms of running a non-profitable organisation. It's very hard. It is very hard, and I wear my heart on my sleeve when I say this, that I want to say thank you to every single person that's held me up, picked me up off the floor, told me to keep going. And I did want to give up. There was a moment of, that's it, I can't do this anymore. I really can't. I can't keep putting myself through applying for all of these grants to get rejections. And we don't get rejections all the time, and I cannot thank the funders enough, because our kids of Redcar and Cleveland need our provision. There is a need now. With the culture shift, expecting everything for free now, though, something needs to give with that. So adding value in terms of funding, the funding we will continue to apply. I wanted to give up last week. Again, I had that moment of, this is so hard and I really can't sustain it. I work voluntary at the moment as well. I haven't taken a wage, and it's hard on my emotions because I'm trying to keep everything going as best I can. So my honesty post, I want to say a thank you. I'm not going to name him because he does want to remain anonymous. Someone donated kindly £50 into the Imaginarium account for a young person to have their fashion workshop paid for, who maybe can't afford it. That moment was a turning point for me. Made me realise, do you know what? There's good people out there who value our work and can see the impact that it's making. And just for that donation of £50, it helped so much. Because what's that done is that has helped one of our young people access a service that they really need, especially if they're maybe really struggling themselves, and families are struggling. We're fully aware. I'm struggling. It's hard to afford these things, so we need to pull together to keep going. Because that person made that donation, I just want to say thank you, because you gave me that reality check. Do you know what? There is a need for this, and people do support what we do, and they do see our value, and I will try my hardest to keep going. So I just want to say thank you to that person for that donation, because the donations make such a huge difference, a massive difference to everything that we do. Whether it's sponsoring a child for a low-income family who can't afford to pay for their classes. And we do our classes, I haven't increased the price for years, and I'm trying my hardest to keep prices as affordable as possible. I can't even afford for my own children to attend the classes as well at the moment. So coming from a place on a personal level, I understand as a parent how all the utility bills have gone up. The utility bills have gone up at the Imaginarium as well, but we can do this together. Even in the darkest moments when you think you can't, reach out to us. We can do payment plans. There is certain funding that we can apply for so that no children miss out. And this is literally about us as a community now coming together through this tough time that we're facing as a country. So I just want to say thank you. So that's where we're at funding wise. Everything is up in the air, but the big news is the long-term plan. I am seriously seeking linking everything together and becoming an alternative provision so that what we can deliver can have funding support. And my biggest news is we're going to be delivering BTEC level 2 again in performing arts from September. So anybody who home educates their child, I've home educated 2 of my children on and off for various reasons. Home educating, if you have a young person that's struggling but is quite creative and might want to do BTEC performing arts, it's not free because obviously it does cost money to do qualification, but offering BTEC level 2 is worth 4 GCSEs. Ultimately, we're also looking to offer GCSE Maths and English down the line. Education is something I'm passionate about, and the world is very tricky right now. So think about my backstory, think about all of that and where it comes from. the Imaginarium, how the vision has changed is the times have changed. And it's very hard right now, but we have value in what we do. I want to empower these young people in terms of learning and education and give them all of the skills, the transferable skills, so that they can follow the right career path. I want them to feel supported with their health, mental health and well-being at all times. And having a facility that we could bring a theatre space into Redcar and link everything together and have creative conferences, bring the artists in from all over the UK, do the well-being stuff, it will be life-changing, and it will be life-changing. We won't go down without a fight, because at the end of the day, behind the scenes, things are hard, but we do it together as a team. And when any of us start to struggle, we keep each other going. We will rise from the ashes like the phoenixes that we are, and we will bring magical things for our community. So I'll move on to the next question.